अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरुवे नमः। Hari Om to one and all. This week we celebrated the birth anniversary of our beloved, respected Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya ji. Let us now begin our session. At the end of the last session, the text left us with a very daring statement. It said, Atma satyam tadanyat sarvam mithyeti, meaning Atma, the self alone is true. Rest everything else is false. Before we decode, before we go into the definition of these new words, let us understand up till now what have we done. We have known what is a mumukshu. Who is a mumukshu? A student with a burning desire to reach the truth. This gets us to the second question. What is that truth? Or what is the inquiry into truth? And the third question, since the truth, mumukshu wants moksha. What is moksha? These are the three questions that naturally arise in the heart of a student. At this point, I feel I should make it amply clear that these two similar sounding words are actually not same. One, Tattva Bodha, the name of the text. Tattva Bodha means knowledge of the truth. Tattva Bodha, truth, knowledge of the truth. And the other word, what we are doing right now, we are investigating Tattva Viveka. That means inquiry into the truth. The methodology how to reach the truth. So one is Tattva Bodha, the book, the text. In Tattva Bodha, how to reach the knowledge is Tattva Viveka. So I would like all of you to understand and see the difference between the words Tattva Bodha, Tattva Viveka. The question, Tattva Viveka Kaha, what is the inquiry into the truth, had made the text, the Guru, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya, come up with this answer that Atma Satyam, self alone is true. Tadanyat Sarvam Mithyeti, rest everything is untrue. Get to your notice that here it is not being said that everything is impermanent, anitya. No, it is directly being said that it is unreal, that it is not real. The self is real, rest everything else is unreal. This is the nature of inquiry. This is the mode of inquiry. This is how the inquiry into the truth must be undertaken. This is the methodology of understanding the truth. So naturally, what is the nature of the self? The self, that self. The mind is made in such a way that the moment we hear the word the self or the Atma, it immediately thinks of it, that's something far away. What it does is, it immediately quantifies something as self. But what does the text mean over here by the self? What is the meaning by the word self? You, me, the self within. That Atma that is within, the spirit that is within, the consciousness that is within, is what is the indicator as self. So, what does it say? Atma Satyam, that the self is real. That means, who is that self? What is that self? I am the self. I am real. Rest everything is unreal. You will think, what kind of inquiry is this? This is called self-inquiry. As I explained in the last session, that this is that experiment whereby the experiment, the experiencer, and the experienced is all within. It is within you. For now, hold on the thoughts to the self as I. But let us also inquire into the other word, mithya. Mithya means false. What is false? Does false has any locus on its own? Think. False is based on truth. Bereft of truth, what is false? Nothing. There is nothing. If truth is removed, false is gone. What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. When I say that someone is saying false, is speaking untruth, what does it mean? That I know something which is the truth, and based on that truth, what the other person is saying is false. That means the complete understanding of the person who is speaking the false is based in the truth alone. Truth is the Aadhar. Kindly understand this word. Aadhar, the substratum, upon which the false is projected. Projected on the Aadhar, it is being projected. It is not there. It is just being projected on the truth. Let me give you an example. In the dark lane where there is faint light, when you're walking alone with this thought in the mind, oh, it is so dark, there could be some things around, I don't know, and suddenly your eyes meet something on the floor and you immediately, that's a snake. The snake is appearing there, not there, but your mind is projecting a snake on the rope that is fallen. So the Aadhar is the rope. In the misunderstanding, misapprehension of the rope, your mind projected that it is a snake. Now, the snake is seen by you, but it is not there. But if somebody tells you that is not a snake, you will not believe, because your mind has projected the false onto the truth. The false projected on the truth, the rope. The snake is the false, the rope is true. One more example. When you are driving through, walking through, riding through the desert, and far away you see, so much of water. You are so thirsty inside that you wish that you have the water right now, and you run towards the water. Do you really think that the mirage waters in the desert are true? No. Then how is that your mind is seeing? Because the mind is projecting the water, the mirage water, on the base, the substratum, the desert heat. On the desert heat, the mind has projected water, and therefore you see water. This is how on the substratum truth, the false is projected. One more example. When you walk on the shores and in a beautiful sunlight there shining in glory, you see in a far away place there is some silver. You run towards the silver to pick it up. Is that silver? No. That is a shell which in the light of the sun, because your mind understands that shining, glowing, beautiful white thing is silver, it projects the silver over that shell. So the shell is the substratum, and the mind's projection on the shell, the silver is false. So, first, rope is satyam, and the snake which is projected over the rope is mithya, false. Same way, the desert is satyam, the projection over the desert heat as water, the mirage water, is false, mithya. In the same way, the shell is satyam, and the projection over the shell from your mind of the silver is false, mithya. Now you understand what is mithya? Mithya means false. False means that which is projected on the truth. For the false to stand, it requires the truth, the substratum. Let's come back to our statement. Atma Satyam. I am the truth. Tadanyat Sarvam Mithyeti. That rest, everything else is a projection on the substratum, the self, the Atma. And therefore, we are unable to see, as in the case of the rope and snake, we are thinking and seeing the snake, not seeing the rope. In the case of the mirage waters, we can see the waters, not the desert. And the same way, we can see the silver, not the shell. And absolutely in the similar fashion, we are unable to see the self, the consciousness, the Atma, but we are only able to see everything else, that is mithya. I would request one and all to think deeply on the examples given just now, that what is satyam and what is mithya. Mithya does not mean anitya. Anitya means which is temporary, impermanent. We are not talking about temporary, impermanent. We are talking about unreal. This is why at the end of the last session, we said that Vedanta postulates that what we feel as apparently real, relatively real, is actually unreal, mithya. We shall continue this talk further in the next session. Let us come to an end to this beautiful session with remembrance of Pujya Gurudev once again. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam gurudeva deva. Brahmanandam param sukhadam केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलचलं सर्वधी साक्षीभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ।                                                                                                                   श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरुवे नमः।